based on the noises I'm hearing, I'm going to assume that people are wrapping up their stuff. They're all good to go.
I'm ready to go.
I'm not hearing anything
Firefox
otherwise. Waiting for his Firefox to load. Well, while we wait for Sam's Firefox to load, can anybody tell me what happened last session?
You got tricked again.
I did. That is exactly what happened. That's the biggest thing that happened.
That is the biggest thing. We continued our journey across the desert.
You did.
And then we came across a man called Honest Joe.
Honest Joe.
Who was a very honest man who couldn't lie. Although I'm still a bit skeptical on that because I think he did accidentally lie.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not he accidentally lied or Dom accidentally lied is remains to be seen.
Who knows? Yeah.
And
Wait,
I can't remember what it was he said. It was something about one of his ex-wives and the reason why why they broke up. And he said maybe that's just a lie I tell myself. Something like that. Anyway, neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
Important thing is Dom messed up, and he warned us about his ex, Red Jenny.
Red Jenny. Yep.
Was setting an ambush up yonder in. I can't remember the exact terminology, but I want to say it was basically ambush gorge.
It's the Roxfall Canyon. Thank you.
Roxfall Canyon. Thank you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we snuck up there with Jean disguised as Honest Joe and Court and Salem creeping up along with him. In which we met with Red Jenny, who was immediately suspicious of Honest Jean because he let slip something that wasn't true, which was that she pays her gang, the Red Jenny gang.
How was I meant to know her gang is exclusively made out of eldritch clones of herself?
I don't know, but Honest Joe did know, so maybe we should have asked. It's our fault.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she got wind of it, and as a result, we then had to fight her. Shortly after this, we murdered her.
Indeed.
And that was kind of how it ended, I believe.
Well, after that, you guys made it out of the other side of the canyon and discovered that the pathway suddenly had green grass and trees growing around it, kind of completely unnaturally, completely out of place. You can see quite clearly that this is one designated area that has green grass and trees. Everything else is still the kind of desert area that you've been in previously. And as you came out, you noticed an individual who's a little bit further down the path from you who appeared to be singing to themselves and happily skipping around on the path.
That was it, yeah.
That's it, indeed. Now,
I
before we go any further, Jean, you're going to feel almost like a weight, like something has been put into your pocket.
Ooh.
Oh.
And as you kind of glance around and feel it, you find a small silver token. And it simply just says, Jean Ewan's Genuine Employee of the Month on it. And you have a DM inspiration for beating me.
It's more impressive once he knew the strategy as well.
It was just because knowing her name is no better than being able to see her with that spell, but it's just because in those instances where they're like invisible or
very specific circumstance I created. That very specific set of circumstances that I created. That is completely my fault.
Yeah. It's going to be really powerful up against Invisible George later.
Invisible George. Oh, God. Yeah. So, as you guys find yourself in this forest area, you can see just further ahead down the road appears to be a elven woman skipping about, throwing out blossom everywhere and happily singing to herself. Her eyes are completely closed. She's oblivious to your presence.
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
Did we take any kind of rest at the end of last session?
No, you did not.
I would like to sneak if that's possible.
Okay, roll me stealth, please.
Yeah, it's just out of the canyon, I think.
Okay.
Oh, that's a poor roll.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Did DM's inspiration last like session to session? By the way, out of curiosity.
What do you mean? Sorry.
Because we got DM's inspiration last session.
You did for Honest Joe.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, essentially, you've still So Jean, Call, and Salem have still got that.
Yeah, good.
So I made notes. So Jean now has 2 stacks of DM's inspiration, I suppose.
Perfect.
Splendid. As I just make some notes here. Yes, indeed. All right then. So, Court, you almost immediately kind of duck into the tall grass, which is tall enough that you can kind of scurry along without being seen.
For everyone else, it's just grass.
Yeah, for everybody else, regular grass. For you, tall grass. Yep.
Yeah.
Can I lay on hands myself?
Certainly, yeah.
I took quite the beating before. So.
Bit inappropriate to do that in public. On my free to move my character, by the way.
I imagine.
Yeah, you're free to move your character about here. I'm gonna stick Tom at the top, but even when he gets in, I'll move him into a relevant position.
I'll move it slowly as well, so you've got time to react.
Yeah, of course, that's fine. It's looping on something.
Wild
I'm
transform.
gonna just play this one.
Can I see anything on the petals? Any petals near me? Are they magical?
Okay, so where you are, you can kind of see there's a bit of a trail that clearly has been left by this lady as she's kind of been just skipping about happily. It's kind of all over the shop. It's not very consistent. You can find petals almost anywhere if you try.
They
so
look.
I'd like to have a look at any
I
of them.
would like to look at one.
Okay,
Or a
if
handful
you
of them
give
if I can.
me an investigation roll, please. So I'm just going to keep moving her around. They appear to be just normal, harmless petals, to be honest.
I would like to use my. No, actually, I won't.
No?
No.
Okay. Yeah, they just appear to be normal, completely harmless, just petals.
I'm just going to yeet them onto the floor.
Okay, then. You discard the bright pink petals and move on. She just appears to be wandering around, eyes closed, happy as ever. You can just hear la la la, la 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 la.
Is it some kind of discernible pattern that she's drawing with these?
No, she looks to just be scattering them randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Just happily throwing them kind of over her shoulder, really not looking. La 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 la.
This sounds like the last one.
This is, yeah.
Can I see what she does if I hit this axe with this tree with an axe?
You're going to hit that tree with an axe?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Everybody stop what you're doing.
Oh, shit.
Whoops.
I'll be honest with you, Richard. What you've found right there is something that I was like, I don't need to bother making plans for that to happen. That won't happen. So, congratulations.
You just attacked an ant.
No?
Oh, I didn't even think that these trees might be mimics.
Oh my. Oh
Right.
dear.
I expected nothing less. we don't bring Richard for the
Is that everybody rolled? Call Jean, Ragnar.
Yeah.
We're waiting on Nugget, I believe.
Oh yeah, Nugget.
I've just been staring at the screen.
Yeah.
That's classic
If you
Andy.
want salad cream, you have to drag him out yourself, because apparently when I drag him out, it doesn't work. Which is very weird. Yep, go for it. Roll for him. Again, I would drag out people's companions, but apparently it just bricks it half the time, so I don't. Okay, splendid. I think that is everything. So we'll go with. All right.
When is salad cream come large?
Oh, he's a growing boy. He's a growing boy.
Just got to feed him more Krakens. He'll be fine.
All right. So we're going to start with Ragnar. Your turn of swinging your axe at the tree.
Yep.
kind of the moment you swing the axe, the absolute second that it impacts into the side of the tree, you see that the lady, I'm not going to say her name because Ed's present, eyes open almost immediately, and she is staring at you. She is almost immediately going to just scream out some kind of, it's completely indecipherable, but you think she's just screamed out a combination of no and fuck you all at the same time. Immediately her handful of petals immediately transforms into a rather beautiful bow, which you take a brief moment to admire right as a set of arrows come flying towards you. Does a 21 hit?
Yes.
Take 8 points of piercing damage. Does a 17 hit?
No.
Okay, the second arrow goes sailing over your shoulder. Are you injured at all?
I mean, I was missing some hit points, but apart from that, yeah, I'm fine.
But you were before that arrow hit you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Take an additional 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay, that is going to be a problem.
Yep. Okay, and she is going to lower her bow and yell out at the top of her lungs, "Forest friend!" And you notice, burrowing out of the undergrowth, a badger appears.
That's the badger.
That's
It's
the badger.
Colin time.
Next to her, there's a deer that was always there. You just didn't see it. A fox comes scurrying out of somewhere. There's an owl as well. And somehow, right in front of you that you didn't notice, there's a squirrel on the pathway. All of them are looking at you with murderous intent.
I'm going to throw out there.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be like a Disney film on fucking acid goes horror.
All right,
this only ends as a fucking charnel house.
That is the elven lady's turn. Ragnar, it is your turn. You've just attacked a tree, and a lady's gone crazy and shot you.
Because I don't understand what's going on, Ragnar is going to rage.
Yep.
I've seen this Baldur's Gate clip with a squirrel. I know what happens.
Oh, now I'm a forest friend too.
You are now a forest friend as you turn into tiger form and burst out with flumps or pixies or whatever the hell it is. So now we have to do the
more
flumps.
forest friends.
So I guess it appears within 5 feet of one creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you. So pick something,
Gotta be
and then
late,
it'll
surely.
explode in 5 turns, or at the end of your turn.
Get it behind her.
Yeah, I think it's going to be this behind this bitch.
Okay, I'm just gonna do a little squiggle, so that we know that's where the flump is, because it's going to explode at the end of your turn. So like, yeah. Okay. Now, what would you like to do, Ragnar? There's a squirrel in front of you. There's a tree that's clearly irked you.
I'm going to attack the squirrel.
Murder that squirrel.
As you run forward and swipe at the squirrel with a 21, doing a total of 19 points of damage. You tear the squirrel in
16.
half. 16 points of damage. You tear the squirrel in half.
Yeah.
It is just merely a bloody stain on the pathway in front of you.
I literally.
it is just almost squirrel.
I call this.
Yeah.
Like this is like the scene. Is it Snow White? Which is the one that whistles and stuff and sings to all the animals. Yeah, this is Snow White. If like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface character turned up mid like song.
This is Snow White if the hunter from Bambi turned up. This is not the Snow White Bambi crossover we were all hoping for.
Yep.
Run up to her and
Okay.
also swing my claws at her, but more recklessly.
Oh, it's a good thing you said recklessly. So a 27 does hit, and that is 11 points of damage. Excellent. She takes the hit like a champ.
Did she get knocked prone because you ran?
Oh yeah. Do you have your
yeah,
pounce thing?
Would activate my
What
pounce.
save does she have to make for that? It's a strength, isn't it?
Yeah.
DC 15 strength saving throw. She has made it by 1. Right, somehow
The thing
this
behind
tiny
explodes.
creature. Yes, now the thing behind her is going to explode, and it's a DC 15 Dex, a DC 16 Dex saving throw. She makes it. Unfortunately, Bambi does not, and is torn apart by the explosion.
Whoops.
Sorry, would you like to roll 1d6 of damage, just to make sure?
It doesn't sound like it's going to be important.
I'll be honest with you, it's not.
Oh, it's a 1.
Yeah, it's blown apart by the explosion. All right, that is. Anything else for you, Ragnar? Or are you done?
No, that'll be that.
Okay then, Nugget, it is your turn.
Raging.
Yep.
Recklessly.
Okay. Now remember, with your melee weapon, you've actually got a 20-yard attack range. You only have to get to like here to be able to attack her.
8, as far as I can get.
Ooh. Well, you could. I think you could attack the badger, and you could do a long range attack with your weapon, which would give you disadvantage on the attack, but it'd be cancelled out by your reckless. So you basically could just do normal attacks with your melee weapon now.
Let's have a Kunstmjormor ranged attack then.
Guns, Mjolnir. This is a normal attack because you're reckless attacking, but it's out of range.
And I get 3 rolls at this from memory.
Only 2 on your first turn.
2 on my first turn.
Jesus. Oh, right. What the fucking dicks? Okay, that is
He
a
got
lot
double
of
8 on his
damage.
first roll.
On your first, yeah, I mean that is maximum damage right there. So okay, both of those hit, unsurprisingly. So the first one does 27 points of damage. Okay, and the second one does what is that? 16, 27 points of damage as well. Jesus Christ. Okay, I have to do maths now, you bastard.
52.
No, that's not. It's not the maths I have to do.
I am helping.
It's a subtraction.
you genuinely fucked me up there, Sam. I was like, no, she doesn't have 52 health left. That doesn't work. Okay, anything else for you, Nugget? I believe that is your turn, though.
Yes, that is Nugget's turn.
Okay, Gruff the Griffin. It is his turn.
Gruff is unimpressed with these puny animals.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got plenty of movement. He's just gonna fly over here and fuck this badger up.
Okay, Gruff is gonna fly over and fuck a badger to death. Please roll
Fuck
to hit.
this badger up.
No, he's gonna fuck a badger to death.
We all heard it.
I'm hoping the second one will hit.
The first one hit.
What?
It's a badger.
A badger, Sam.
Oh, in that case, then the second he's gonna have a go at this owl with the claws for being fucking daring to fly.
Okay, he flaps over to the badger, just lands on top of it and crushes it, flies over to the owl and snatches it up into his claws and just shatters its body in his claws. Anything else for Gruff the Griffin?
If he could gloat, he would.
Okay, I mean he does the kind of the Griffin equivalent of gloating, which I suppose is like ruffling out your
wings
feathers,
and, like cawing a bit,
flapping your wings a bit, you know, saying, "Come on, yeah." All right, now Call, it is your turn. Can you beat what your Griffin has just done?
Probably not. But I can.
There's no badgers left to fuck.
There's no badgers left to fuck to death. Yes.
All right.
Shame.
I'll come over here. I can't make any further than that, annoyingly.
But you can try and fuck her to death, but she's going to be less willing than the badger.
The badger was up for it. Oh god.
There's so many things I could say, but I won't.
So many ways we could get cancelled.
Yeah, so many ways I could make this so much worse, but I'm not going to do it. I'm gonna look at this green tree-hugging wench and declare a vow of enmity.
Oh, excellent. All right then.
Fuck
So
you,
she is now your nemesis, I guess, for vengeance or whatever it is, which means you get advantage on attack rolls.
Yes, I do.
Okay, go for it, please. All right.
Hit.
A 21 does hit. That does 14 points of damage. So as I do the maths, yes, excellent.
Monster math.
The monster maths, yes, indeed. Okay, yeah, so that does hit 14 points of slashing damage. She's still kicking.
Can I pop a death knell out? I've got one charge.
If you've got a charge and you want to use it, you could, yeah, to get the extra
7 psychic damage, and she has to do the save.
bit of save. Oh yeah, it's DC 15, isn't it? Yeah.
It's in the attack.
So wisdom save, which she got a nat 1 on. Wow, your wisdom's good. What the hell are you doing? So what does that mean? She takes 7 points of psychic damage.
No,
is it,
I think it's half on a pass save. Sorry.
Oh yeah, on a failed save, they take 1d8 or half as much. So she takes the full 7 points of damage. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you've still got another attack, so that's a nat 20. That does hit. I'll be honest with you.
There we go.
Yeah, how much is that in total? That's 13 points of damage, isn't it?
I'll do one now. My last death knell charge as well. Why not?
Okay then. So I'll do the wisdom save. She has passed that.
So she takes half damage.
Yes, but you can roll another d8 because you crit.
Mm-hmm. Marvelous.
Also,
So I think it's 3 points of damage.
She takes a 3.
Yeah.
That could be
the fox
important.
within 15 feet as well?
Is it 15 feet?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, let me roll wisdom save for the fox just in case.
It's twice. It was 2 different death knells.
Yeah, I'm just rolling it a second time just in case. Okay, yeah. So the fox dies immediately. The corpse of the fox actually looks like it resisted the second one quite well.
From the psychic pressure.
It's almost like having no brain activity means the psychic damage is pretty ineffective.
I like the idea that you literally slice at her and nearby a fox's head explodes.
Some 40k kind of stuff.
I mean, there's a pretty loud gonging noise that happens, but yes.
All right, now it would be Court's turn, but there's actually somebody else who's in the initiative order.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Oh dear.
Can you see that?
No, I was just Oh, I know that's it's side cream. I could see. I was just thinking the white thing around the bottom.
No. Okay. So as you guys are quite happily, fighting away with the elf lady, Nugget, you happen to kind of glance to your left, and you notice that hey, that tree's looking at me. As the the fucking tree that Ragnar attacked is a tree head.
It is an end.
It's just that one specifically.
And he literally got it dead on immediately.
Brilliant.
Fucking Treebeard, man.
What fucking genius.
Fucking Treebeard. Fucking gingers.
So the tree that is looking at you, Nugget, is going to kind of step forward very sluggishly towards you.
Can I just point to my right?
Into the blood of the squirrel that we murdered.
Can I
Yep.
Can I point
Mm-hmm.
this way?
Yeah, you want to point at Ragnar to be like he's the one, right? Tell you what. Make me a persuasion roll with disadvantage. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna bend over.
To receive.
Does a 29 hit?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Now you're raging, so you only take half damage, but it's 17 bludgeoning damage.
What, halved or to be halved?
To be halved. So 8 bludgeoning damage.
Are you waiting to receive his limp penis?
However, as it smashes down, kind of hitting onto you, you notice that it also is grabbing a rock out of the ground. Ragnar, does a 14 hit?
Nope.
Okay, as he kind of immediately after hitting Nugget hurls a rock at you, you're able to just about dodge it. It goes crashing into the ground behind you. The treant has indeed missed.
I mean, the ground behind me is his friend.
Yeah.
It just mushes up the deer even more. The angle,
Oh,
yeah.
Stew.
Yep. Not good venison at this point. Court, it is your turn.
Court is gonna fucking big balls it and go 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't think Court's ever big balled anything, has he?
Court big balls it all the time.
Aren't his testicles the size of like raisins?
Yeah, but
they are
proportionally-
actually weirdly out of proportion. And he's going to stand there, like looking at this big fucking. I was originally going to attack her, but because something bigger turned up, I now have turned my attention. I'm going to
Yep.
stand there, looking at her, looking at this tree, and like hands by my side, like slightly bowed-legged, one hand twitching.
Yep.
And
Doing,
then I
doing
am
a cowboy thing.
doing a cowboy stance,
Hmm.
and I'm going to whip out my brand new firebox revolver,
Oh yes, he's gonna do it.
and I am going to fan the hammer straight away.
How many are you gonna shoot?
um, I am going to shoot 6 times.
You're gonna shoot all 6 times.
Yeah. If I
Oh
remember
god.
correctly with this,
You see, the first one you get for free.
the first one I get for free.
Yep. Okay,
Ooh.
so that's a 27. That
Yeah.
does indeed hit. Do you have sneak attack?
With Nugget being that close, I should do, yeah.
Okay, splendid. So that does 27 points of damage.
Yeah.
You notice that the fire does indeed seem to do particularly good damage to a tree.
Oh, fuck.
Who
This
knew?
is what I was hoping.
Yep. Okay. Now
Almost
you can do a
20.
second shot,
Oh, thank God.
and then you have to roll a d4,
No, roll D4.
and
So...
we've got to do this for 6 attacks.
Well, 5 attacks, right?
Well, for five
Yeah.
attacks. Yeah.
So roll again.
Yep. Okay, it does a 19 hit. A 19 does indeed hit. So that is
3 fire.
3 points
Wait, why
of fire
is he,
damage.
isn't Dan? You're not adding dex to your attacks.
Why not?
No, you're not.
No, look, he's just got 6 fire damage and then.
Oh
3
yeah,
fire
yeah.
damage.
You need to add your dex. Yeah.
It's just like how many are you getting 3? That's fucking
Oh,
pathetic.
sorry. Yeah, cool. So adding my dex means that's an additional 5 each time.
5 each time. Okay, that's fine.
So
And
the attack's done. Does he shoot the bullet and then there's a check? So he gets the second attack and then he rolls.
He gets the second attack. Now there's the check. So roll the
Yeah.
d4. Okay, it's fine. Now we get the next one. Unfortunately, the shot goes wide. Roll the d4.
before I do,
Yep.
I'm going to use my Luck of the Sea.
Oh, okay then. Whenever you make an attack roll, you can spend 1 luck point to roll again. Okay, go for it.
So do I just roll just want me to roll a d20?
Yeah, if you just roll a d20, yeah.
Although, I'll roll actually because I get my dex and proficiency added to
So
it.
if you roll the d20,
That's right.
I'll just add it. So
Yeah,
like,
cool.
yeah. Okay, so that will now hit.
Yep, cool.
So that is 11 points of fire damage. Yep.
And my d4.
No, hang on.
Still good.
Sorry, that's not how luck works. He gets to choose which roll he takes. It doesn't add it on.
No, he didn't add it
No,
on.
But I'm
that
adding my
was him
proficiency
re-rolling.
and yeah,
Yeah, that was his proficiency and stuff being added. Yeah.
because I just rolled a d20.
Yeah,
But-
and you got 14, which isn't enough to hit because it wasn't enough to hit the first time.
No, but if you look at it,
Yeah, but the
14,
first
and then
one
it's plus
added-
his dex, plus
plus
his
my dex, plus my
proficiency, that is
efficiency.
enough to hit.
Oh, wait, see,
That's
sorry.
I know what I'm doing,
Carry
Sam.
on.
Okay, go for your next attack.
I was just checking.
Yep. Trient is still standing.
Interfering, checking, same thing.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, Becky.
next attack is a 23.
Which does indeed hit.
I really need a poo, Dom. If I'm not back, can you just attack the treant with Nugget?
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
And with salad cream, yeah.
Got your poo.
Okay. Once again, it doesn't explode because of Dan's ridiculous luck. How many shots is that now?
This is 3.
Okay. And we got up to 5.
So I've
So
got 2
Two
more.
left.
yeah. So next shot,
16.
it's a 16, which does not hit. I'm afraid.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep. Roll the dice.
Fucking hell.
What? Okay, this is your last one. I can't believe
Um,
this. Damn with his fucking luck. A 12 does not hit.
That's fine, but I still roll the d4.
Roll
and-
the d4. what the dicks?
I will never die.
Dom, did you consider the
Hmm.
the run of D4s you'd seen with Deadly Dagger of Donny before you decided?
That's
Apparently not.
genuinely a big part of why I made this how it is.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Was because I remembered the roll and I was like, let's see if Dan can get it again. Apparently, quite possibly. Is that everything for your turn then, Core?
So that's all of my action
That's
sorted.
your action. Yep.
What could I do as a bonus action?
You can hide. You can dash. You can.
As a bonus action,
disengage.
I'm going to like twirl my revolver
Mhm.
below the smoke off the end of it, holster it, and then like do like a wink finger guns at Jean and give him bardic inspiration.
Oh, very nice. All right. The treant is quite badly injured. There's lots of smoking craters all over the treant. It's in a very bad way. Jean, it is your turn, and you have bardic inspiration.
Jean is. I'm going to. First use my form of dread, and taking just a. He was moving pretty slow before, wasn't he?
He was very slow. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jean was gonna just 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. And then is going to fire off 2 his Eldritch Blasts. The first one
At the treant? Or...
At the treant, yeah.
Okay, splendid. A 20 does indeed hit, so that is 15 points of necrotic damage.
Then his second one
Very
is
nice.
just a normal Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
Oh.
20 does hit.
Damn.
You're very consistent with your rolls here, Ed. What is happening?
Yeah.
So that is another 10 points of force damage. Very good.
He needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay,
as well.
Just a moment. Wisdom. Is that a Tom joining us?
That's Tom joining us.
He's gotten a 7, so I'm guessing that fails?
Yes, he is scared of me now.
Okay, you have success. Can treants be frightened?
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's just looking down and seeing a lumberjack.
There is nothing about it. They are perfectly capable of being frightened. You have now intimidated the treant.
You've scared a tree.
You have successfully scared a tree. Now, before we come on to Salad Cream's turn, I'm going to roll initiative for Tom, and we'll see where he places. And we'll make sure he gets a turn before it rolls over.
What's going on? Oh, here we are.
We were in a forest, and Ragnar decided to attack a tree that then was just a normal tree, as far as we were aware, and then suddenly it wasn't a normal tree.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Literally try and chop down a treant. There was also an elven girl. She summoned a bunch of wild animals to kind of help her out in combat. You guys very quickly have just murdered the fuck out of them, including Sam's Griffin fucked a badger to death. So, you know, been eventful.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, I rolled your initiative and you've gotten a 16, but what we'll do is we'll do your turn now, and then I'll put you back in order.
So,
That's
what?
all right. Now, I put you way at the back. I'm going to put you here with Jean because I think it's more fair.
What the hell's so? It's Ent boy.
There's a treant.
boy,
There's
yeah.
also an elf girl
Elf
down
bit.
here who is surrounded by friends.
And the
Worried
corpses
about
of
the
their
corpses
friends.
of woodland animals.
That too.
Okay. Did we get a short rest after?
Nope.
Oh,
No, this lovely forest lady might have offered us a rest, but
Then Richard attacked the fucking end.
Well, we need a campfire, don't we?
Has Tom turned up?
Tom has turned up.
Oh,
Sorry.
Well, I can't do any fun spells.
You had a spell slots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Can I set him on fire?
You can certainly try. Yes, it has been noticed by Dan that the treant seems to react quite poorly to fire for some reason.
If I do create bonfire,
Yeah.
will that set me on fire?
I'm pretty certain. Hang on, I gotta look at the spell. Can you link the spell?
Hang on.
I think it specifies you can't do the damage.
Yeah, I feel like Create Bonfire's got like a specific disclaimer in for this exact scenario that you're trying to do.
This is bullshit.
Well, I suspect because if they did, there'd be no reason to use like incinerate or whatever that flame is.
Oh, yeah,
And he
lights
create
things on
bonfire's a
fire.
cantrip, I think.
Yeah.
It is a cantrip, yeah. Which I don't know have anyway.
So wait,
Can I
you were
use
asking,
this?
can I use this spell
No,
that I don't have?
no, but I have this.
Oh, okay, okay. You can try to cast a cantrip that you don't know.
Yeah.
All right then. I'll allow it.
What, you'll let me set him on fire with bonfire?
No, I'll allow you to try and cast the spell if you want to waste it. I mean, just it's a free option. I don't know the create bonfire spell, so hang on.
Hang on.
It does, in fact, do damage.
It does. Oh, splendid.
Yes.
Then certainly you can...
I'll read it first so you know.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
create a bonfire on the ground that you see within range. Until the spell ends, the magic bonfire fills a 5-foot cube. Any creature in the bonfire space when you cast a spell must receive on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 fire damage. A creature must also make a saving throw when it moves into the bonfire space for the first time or ends its turn there. Your bonfire ignites flammable objects in this area that aren't being worn or carried. The spell's damage increases by 1d8 when you reach 5th level to 2d8 and 11th level to 3d8 and 17th level 4d8.
Okay. So
that's
yes, you
cool,
could conjure a bonfire under the tree end if you want.
Does he have a deck save when it's underneath him and he's 20 foot across?
That's what the
He'll
spell
still
says.
make the deck save. He's got legs; they might not be on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Is that what you're
fuck
going
it.
for then, Tom?
Yeah, I thought it'd be. It's a bit of fun.
Okay. Now you have to make a DC 10 intelligence check first. I'm reading the Dark Shard Amulet.
I don't have good intelligence. this is gonna be a wasted turn.
It's an Arcana check.
Oh no!
Yeah,
He's
that's
got the inspiration, doesn't he, from last session?
Do you still have the inspiration? Let me check the list.
I do.
You do indeed. You could use it if you want.
Or I could use Duck One's luck.
Yep, you could.
Isn't it specifically on Arcana check?
No,
What?
Dark One, no luck isn't, no.
No, but it is an Arcana check. Yeah.
He might have a plus to his Arcana that he doesn't have on intelligence.
Do you have a plus to your Arcana?
I have. So is this intelligence or Arcana?
Arcana.
I have +4.
Oh, that makes it a 10. Which means you make it. Yeah.
Mm.
So you do cast the bonfire spell. So you haven't used DM Inspiration, so I don't need to update this handy list I've made.
Good spot, Sam.
Well spotted.
spot.
All right, so now the treant has to make a dexterity saving throw. What save does it have to make? What's your spell save?
Spell save is 17.
Okay, he does not make it, so roll 1d8 of fire damage for him.
2d8.
Actually, it's 2d8, yeah, sorry.
2d8.
This is quite a good cantrip.
Not a bad one, yeah. And you set like little traps, I guess, so you know.
I'll just cast it every square.
Excellent.
So what
All right,
square's the?
I mean, I
square's it
guess
on fire?
you can pick a square there and make a marker, you know. How long does it last for? Bonfire?
A minute.
A minute. Oh, splendid. Thank you, Richard.
6 years.
Yeah, feel free to mark a cube where the fire is, but wherever it is that you place it, it catches onto the treant's leg. And the treant tries to lift up his leg to pat out the flame. Unfortunately, it then catches onto his hand. And as he tries to pat that out on his chest, it ignites his whole chest. And very rapidly, you
Mr.
watch
Bean moment.
as the treant ignites and collapses onto the ground. Yeah, after Dan's run, it was on such low health.
I had such a good run. If that last shot had hit.
Oh, yeah. All right, anything else for you, Salem?
I'm going to move my. I've forgotten. I should move my hex to. Who is it? This thing.
We don't know what
I
name it is.
haven't given you a name.
It was very intentional. Doug wouldn't tell us.
I can't think why, but yes, I can put your hex on her. I'm going to call her Petals because she was throwing petals everywhere before you interrupted her.
I didn't interrupt her. I hit a tree.
Which interrupted her. All right, anything else for you, Salem?
No.
All right then, splendid. It is Salad Cream's turn. I'll be honest with you, there is absolutely nothing in his range. But Andy,
He can move a little bit.
he can scurry. He's only got 20 feet of movement. He's got short legs.
Can you touch?
There we go.
Or dash?
He could use his action to dash. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck is that beeping?
Someone's beeping. It's Dan.
Dan,
Please stop
I was-
communicating by Morse code.
it's Dan.
Better?
Dan's beeping again.
Have I stopped
Indeed.
beeping?
You have stopped beeping. Yes.
Sorry, I was out of range and my headset sometimes beeps when it does that, but I can't hear the beeping.
It's the worst. Okay. All right. Is that it for Salad Cream? I believe it is.
Yeah.
Okay then, splendid. Now it is Petal's turn. This random elf lady, who I will not name. Now she has noticed almost immediately that, the treant has collapsed, burning onto the ground. All of her animal friends are now just bloody messes all over the ground, and she's going to start just. Oh, tears appear in her eyes, and she goes, "No, this isn't right. This isn't how it works. Forest friends." And with a horrible cracking sound, you notice that the deer next to her stands back up.
Oh, shit.
Its body is still shattered completely, but it is now standing and looking at you. The fox that was somehow its head exploded now stands with no head.
What does the fox say?
Nothing. It has no head anymore.
Is this an ode to the cartoon?
I wouldn't possibly know. The owl, which is cracked and broken in half, just stands back up and hovers the ground.
Oh, dear God.
The badger that was so cruelly fucked to death stands ready for round 2.
The brave badger.
He's so ready. The squirrel that I've lost. Hang on. Where the fuck did I put him?
It's under salad.
Is he up here? Oh yeah, he's under salad cream. All right, that's fine. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move the squirrel there just for convenience. The squirrel again, still a bloody stain on the ground. Body kind of reforms hurriedly, and all of the animals turn and are staring at you, Ragnar.
Oh. Why? What have I done?
I wouldn't possibly know. As she spins about her bow once again. She's not actually hitting you with arrows anymore, though. Now she is attempting to strike you with it like a quarterstaff. Does a 25 hit?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
take
it does.
12 points of bludgeoning damage, so halved to 6.
Yep.
And as a second strike, does a 27 hit?
Yep.
You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage, halved to 5.
Yep. That's fine.
Okay, yeah, you're fine? Yep.
Yeah, I've got hit points to spare.
Oh, splendid. How many, dare I ask?
Ah, enough.
Okay. Ragnar, it is now your turn.
Okay, I would like to use the totem to force myself back into dwarf form.
Okay,
So
splendid. Please do.
notch.
Add a notch. Excellent. You force yourself back into dwarf form. Are you able to do that to yourself, or do you need me to do it? Yep, you've done it. Excellent.
And then I'm going to hit this bitch with an axe.
Okay, then.
Recklessly.
Have you, because it's healing when you transform into dwarf form, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I can't remember exactly I wrote the item and I can't fucking remember it. Hang
I
on.
looked
It
at it
is-
earlier to remind myself, but I genuinely
Uh,
that far.
Yeah, it forces radiant energy, healing yourself for 2d8 to yourself and anyone else within 10 feet of yourself.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Do I get the same 2d8 or do I have my own 2d8?
I'll say the same 2d8. It's Ragnar rolling it, so you
Did-
also get 5 points of healing.
Do these guys get healing?
We have
they
5
do, yeah.
I already have 4 hit points, so what do you know?
Yeah, and yes, Dan, they do get the healing.
Okay.
I've just seen. Sorry, I've just seen an automatic response from someone that says I'm on anal leave.
Oh, no. You do honestly ask the badger. You need time off. All right, Ragnar. So now that you've transformed back into dwarf form, you swing about your axe, ready to fell some people. A 26 does indeed hit, so that is 17 points of slashing damage. Excellent.
and then
Completely undoing the healing that you had done to this lady previously.
And then I imaginatively hit her again.
Okay. You swing about this time with a 30, and that does hit and does 13 points of damage. Excellent. Anything else for you?
No, that'd be it.
All right then, Nugget. It is your turn. There's a squirrel eyeing up Ragnir. There's a burning wreck of a tree ant behind you, or next to you, sorry. There's all these other animals that are still alive in grotesque forms.
What? What's this thing?
That's a squirrel.
Squirrel.
Oh, let's go for that then.
It's a zombie squirrel, technically.
Well, I
Right.
don't know about technically. Yep. Are you attacking recklessly, Darren?
Reckless attack.
There it is. Yep. Okay, I'll be honest with you, Andy. You don't need the second swing. First swing, paste the squirrel.
Let's paste that squirrel. Let's move on.
The squirrel's pasted. You can move on.
Do you want me to roll
try and-
again, or are you happy?
Yeah, go on. Roll again. Why not? Let's see. Let's see what you can do. The badger
Fuck the badger.
freshly stood back up, ready to go. Its whole back half is split open. It looks up at you. It bares its teeth. You bring the mule down on top of the badger's head and cave in the badger's head.
And now what's this thing?
You have another attack. That's the elf lady.
All right, let's give her.
Yeah, where are you going to stand? Yeah.
Let's give her a good scene too.
Okay, go for it. All right, a 31 does indeed hit. That is 17 points of damage.
Wait, why does he not get the rage damage?
That is 19 points of damage. I can't do maths. As I do that. Okay, splendid. As your hammer kind of cracks her across the face, you can see that a bunch of teeth come flying out. Her face is covered in blood. She's an absolute fucking state. But you notice that she spits out her teeth and just kind of stares at you with hatred in her eyes. Anything else for you, Nugget?
He's
No more for Nugget.
tough son of a
Okay.
bitch.
Gruff the Griffin. There's an owl and a fox.
Gruff is not intelligent enough to appreciate what's just happened, but he just knows he killed this owl once and he'll happily do it again.
Splendid. Okay, with a 17, he does indeed hit the owl and splits it like a coconut, I guess.
And then he's gonna drink the blood of the headless fox.
Go for it.
Not with
he
21.
he runs over, splashes at the now headless pile that is the fox. It kind of immediately collapses on the ground, and he quite happily starts picking at bits of it. Is that everything for Gruff?
Yeah, that'll do, Gruff.
Okay, now we move to Call. It is Call's turn.
He's already got his vow of enmity, so he doesn't even need to move strategically. But he could stand here to give the others advantage.
Yeah, you could help other people. Yes.
help other people.
Mhm.
Vow of enmity doesn't even require any concentration. It's great. I can just wreck bitches.
Yeah. It's your once per day thing, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, very nice. All right, please go for it.
I'm gonna cast. Blinding Smite.
Okay.
That's
Yep, that's on a successful hit. It will. There
yeah.
it is. Yep. Okay, go for it. Please make an attack. I assume this is against the lady, Petal.
Oh yeah, fuck the deer.
Okay. But you can fuck a deer to death later.
Oh.
Unfortunately, a 14 will not hit.
But a 21 will.
21 will indeed. You have still got your DM inspiration, by the way.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Can I retrospectively use that on my first attack?
If you want to retrospectively use it, we'll turn it into the 21, and then you've still got your second attack, if that's what you want to go for.
I don't. Wait, what?
Mhm.
So you're saying if I use the inspiration, I can have the 21 as my first attack and roll another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, wait, it's a 24, I guess, technically, whatever. Like, your second attack will make as your re-rolled attack.
Yeah.
Okay, so both of those attacks are going to hit. So the Blinding Smite, is it just on your first hit?
The Binding Smite is it's the first hit after I use it. So it's 3d8, which is 11 radiant damage, and it's con save.
Okay, it's a con save. What's the save they have to make? They've rolled 13, so they do not make it. She is blinded. Excellent.
Okay, Bosephine.
Sucky bum.
There we go. Soggy bum indeed. So how much damage is this? Right, we've got 11 points of radiant.
11, 7, and 15, so 26, 33.
33. Okay.
And for good measure, we'll go for a cheeky divine smite on the end of that.
Okay. Throw in a divine smite. That is an extra
17.
17 points of damage. Okay.
That's 50 damage.
Excellent. Very well done. Very well done.
She's blinded.
And she is now indeed blinded until, is it her next turn? Or will be blinded until the spell ends. It's a con save at the end of their turn.
That's you.
Okay, that's a little bit hampering for her. Now we come on to Court's turn. Unfortunately, Court, it's not your turn yet. Weird, that, isn't it? Yeah.
We already burnt this head to the ground once.
It's super fucking weird, isn't it? But Court, as you're standing there feeling quite smug with yourself about all the damage that you've done, the tree above you is going to bring a fist down onto you. As I realise I closed out the treant sheet. Where the fuck did I go for it? What's the question?
Situations where I'm meant to learn that we should stop the fight because there's more ends, because we won't learn.
No.
Out there, like that
Burn the whole forest.
Yeah, that ends in a TPK because we won't learn.
No, it's all right. Court, does a 12 hit?
It does not.
No, I didn't think so. What about a 16?
Ooh.
That's not.
It does not.
It does not hit. Okay. The treant slams one fist down. You dodge out of the way effortlessly, and as the second fist comes down, you almost step back out of the way, almost bored by it, really. As the treant attempts to swing at you, both hits not connecting. Court, it is your turn. There's a treant directly above you, towering over you.
Cool. I would like to. Is it bonus action disengage?
Yes, it is. Yeah, for a rogue.
Disengage back to here.
Okay, excellent.
And I'm gonna look him in the eye. Do treants have eyes?
Yes, yeah, they got a little face. Yeah.
No. And I'm gonna smirk and like flick the brim of my hat.
Yeah.
And I am going to fan the fucking hammer again.
Okay, Ben, excellent. All right, so your first attack is free.
Right, I'm gonna just decide if I'm gonna do the full 6 this time. I think I will.
Could you not get like a couple more steps back? You could end up in a situation where you wouldn't hurt anyone else if you did it, other than salad cream.
You saying hurting salad cream
It's
is
a good point, actually. If I go there and I'll go back to.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're not gonna. Now you don't hurt anybody
Don't
else.
nuke yourself.
There? That will work.
Get within, so you're gonna get the end.
That'll do it. Wait. Let me
Yeah,
just
I'll do
check.
Yep.
That spot will still. Yeah, cool. That'll be the one.
I was like, oh, I'm fine, but the frog isn't. So.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Cool. So yeah, first shot is free.
Yeah, first
How
shot
they
is
get
free.
you.
This is how they get you. Yeah. So a 12 does not hit.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do. Fucking luck of the sea.
Okay then. So you can roll an extra d20 and we'll add it onto the stat.
Never
So
mind.
that's a 4. That does not hit, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's fine. So the first one misses.
First one's free.
We'll
Let's get your second
reroll.
one.
23.
Okay, a 23 does hit, and this will get your sneak attack. So that is 17 points of sneak damage, 21 points of fire damage. Excellent. Now, how many fan the hammers are you got?
Oh, I'm doing the whole 6. Yeah.
I don't know why I gave you guys the choice of how many you could choose, because Stan's just going to do all 6 every single time.
Not necessarily.
You better.
Yeah,
I am right now because this guy's fucking giant.
Yeah, you fucking better, you little bitch. All right, you have got 4 more shots.
Okay.
So go for it. Second, please. Or your next one, please. Okay, a 17 does indeed hit. So that is 17 points of fire damage. Okay, excellent. Yeah, let's get your next one. An 18 does indeed hit. So roll your thingy. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Yep. Okay. You've got 2 more, right?
Correct. Yeah, 2 more.
Okay, that next one, that does indeed hit.
It's almost
Okay.
like
Hey.
There it is. Fucking finally. Well, as you fire off the final shot, you manage to get the tree ant kind of directly in the face, which kind of blows a hole in it, and the whole thing comes collapsing down. But as you're doing it and feeling very smug, the firebox revolver does explode in your hands. So I need you to make a DC 15 Dex saving throw.
I will make my DC 15 Dex saving throw.
You do indeed pass it, so you'll take half damage. But as a rogue, you take no damage if you would take half damage. Is that right?
Correct.
Indeed. So somehow the revolver blows up in your hand, and you dodge it.
Yeah.
I don't really get how that works.
Maybe something to do with being a soul knife, some psychic bullshit.
Yeah, you temporarily psychically transport it to another dimension and then catch it.
I also haven't rolled the damage that the gun was gonna do.
Yeah, go on, roll it. Let's see.
I just got to remember what the damage is.
8d6.
8d6.
Yeah. So it's fireball then.
Mm.
It is, yeah. It's a souped-up fireball, yeah.
No, I think 8d6 is a normal fireball, isn't it?
I think that
66
is a normal
is a
fireball.
normal fireball, isn't it? That would have done 30 points of damage.
Yeah. Oh, fire damage as well.
All fire damage, yep. Alright, anything else
I
for
have
you,
a question.
Court? Yes, go for it.
How does that ignite all the trees around him?
Indeed, I suppose, yes, the explosion does still go off.
Yep.
So a number of trees around you are now ignited in flame. You can't see any tree ants appearing, so that seems
I was
to
going
be
to say,
okay.
no, none of them start running around screeching.
No, not that you can see.
Cool. And then I guess with the rest of my movement, I'm just gonna move back to next to Santa Cream.
Okay, splendid. Jean, it is your turn then.
Yeah. I mean, I'll move up a little bit closer to I come over here a little bit away from the fire.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna fire me Eldritch Blasts at the lady.
Okay, please go for it.
So first one is my Grave Touched with necrotic damage.
22 does hit, so that is 12
necrotic.
points of necrotic. Very nice.
And then just the normal Eldritch Blast.
Does a 16 hit? Let me check.
Court, what's your Bardic Inspiration? Is it D6?
Yeah, I think it's D6 at the moment. Just double check.
Right.
It's whatever the beginning of Bardic Inspiration is.
19. Oh no, 21.
Well, a 19 still would have done it, but a 21 definitely does it. So that now does hit and does 12 points of force damage.
And she makes a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, she's really good at these, so she should...
You said that about the blinded one.
What's the DC?
It is my spellcasting thing, which is 16.
Yeah, cool. She is afraid of you now.
Yeah.
But she's also blind and hex.
Which
no
does
idea what's
raise the
happening.
question. Because she's blind, could she in theory move closer to her source of fear because she can't see it?
I mean, maybe there's an unintentional, incredible
I
interaction
think
here.
it says under the frightened condition, whilst your
Yeah, while she can
source
see
of your fear is within sight.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I think she might. She's terrified of something.
I mean,
Doesn't know
if I
what.
was her, I'd be terrified of everything happening, but you know. Yeah.
It might be overkill, but I'll, as a bonus action, do my unsettling words and give her like negative bardic inspiration on her next saving throw.
On her next saving throw. I'm going to need you to remember that because I will forget that. Okay, excellent. Right, that is Jean's turn. Salem, it is your turn. There are now 2 smashed up tree ents, bunch of dead animals, and a lady with lots of petals.
Let's go and have a look. Sam's gonna go and have a sit next to the nice warm fire.
Fucking cat gonna flop down next to the fire, warm himself up. Yep.
Yeah.
Next to a bonfire of a tree ant.
Yeah.
And a dead squirrel.
Seems good fun.
Oh no.
And Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go for it, please.
this one.
As I have too many sheets open.
I've
I keep
lost my
closing people's sheets instead of
There it
minimizing
is.
them. All right, go for it. So a 25 does hit. That is 10 points of force damage. Are you going to force her away from you?
Yes.
Okay, she goes careening backwards.
Can I have an attack of opportunity?
Actually, because of that angle, it's there, isn't it? I don't think that works with unintentional movement. Let me check.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So,
I wasn't asking if it
see.
was in the rules. I was just asking if I could.
I mean, you know.
I just want to swing my axe at something.
Moves out of your reach. Hang on.
Oh shit! Did you just move?
Involuntary movement does not provoke opportunity attacks. There we go.
Ooh.
It's in the player's handbook. I'm not making this shit up.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, I'm not reading it.
Sam's going to write a strongly worded letter to
Okay.
Wizard Coast.
Sorry, I've also on the turn thing. I've skipped past your turn, Salem, but it is still your turn.
Okay. I'll do it
Sorry
again.
about that. Okay, go for it. Well, that's 29. That would indeed hit. So that is 15 points of force damage. Are you going to knock her again?
Yeah.
Okay. She goes flying way away from everybody into the woods. Anything else?
And
Oh, and don't forget your hex damage as well.
I've got X, which I've forgotten what it does.
It's isn't it a D4 of damage?
A D6.
Oh no, it's a D6.
So it's a 5th level.
And you would actually be rolling 3d6, I believe.
3d6.
Because you crit. It affects all dice are doubled on a crit, so.
Okay.
So that's an extra 14 damage. Excellently done.
And I've also got oh no, my hex is a bonus. Oh.
Well, you've moved your hex onto her. I don't think detonating your hex, that's not a bonus action.
No.
You put your hex on her last turn, so it's still on her.
I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It is Salad Cream's turn. And
Oh no,
thanks to a-
actually.
Oh.
No, sorry. I can use this actually. Sorry.
Okay, what are you doing? As a bonus action, you cause around your target. As Hexblade's Curse, Sign of Ill Omen. Oh yeah. When you do psychic damage to the cursed, each creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet of it. Okay. I mean, there's nothing within 5 feet of her. What are you going for
Each
here?
creature of your what? So it's not. Oh fuck. Okay.
I think it
Yeah.
has to be within 30 feet of you as well.
Okay.
Oh right.
Shit. Okay. Yeah.
Which
I
probably,
can that then.
it probably would have been fine if you hadn't blasted it 20 foot back.
Oh well.
Okay. It is Salad Cream's turn. Unfortunately, a certain enterprising cat has knocked the quarry away from him.
Fuck these enterprising cats.
Oh, let's see a deer here.
Enterprising little fellows.
And they are enterprising little fellows.
Salad Cream could have a go at this deer. I reckon he's big enough to take on a deer.
2, 3. Oh, yeah, we go. We can have a go at this deer.
All right, go for it. As Salad Cream happily scurries across the ground, he almost bumps into the deer with his blinders, but thankfully it's bright enough he can kind of see. He realizes what's in front of him. The deer kind of looks at him briefly with a shattered face, and Salad Cream bites his head off.
Yay!
The deer collapses again to the ground. Attaboy. Okay. Now it is Petal's turn. She is blinded, afraid, hexed, severely injured. She is a bloody wreck at this point. She has absolutely no
That
idea
would
what is
be a
happening.
good time to try and negotiate. Just putting it out there.
And she is going to draw her bow And you can hear as she just kind of says, Forrest, friends? And she is going to loose a shot, which... Call, does a 13 hit?
I'm not sure why that would answer, guys.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't think you should. She's going to ready a second shot. Oh, fuck. Does a 26 hit, though?
Was that with disadvantage?
That was with there's so much disadvantage.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus.
She didn't roll ridiculously well. Her lowest roll was a 16. So, yes, okay. Take 12 points of piercing damage. Were you injured at all?
No.
Okay, just 12 points of piercing damage then. As she is going to kind of collapse down to her knees. She can't really move. She has no idea what's going on. And she has to make a con save now for the blindness. What's the DC she has to make?
15.
She does not make it. She is still blinded. But even with her blinded being gone, you notice that the animals are once again standing up. They are now, at this point, mostly aggressive-looking paste. In particular, the squirrel.
Eyes in a pile of...
Yeah, at this point, it's kind of like, you see, like, oh, there's a leg stood up. Like, oh, okay, yeah. Ragnar, it is your turn.
I'm gonna just run past the deer. Or what's left of it.
What's left of the deer. Okay, it makes no attempt to swing at you.
And then I'm gonna double recklessly swing this axe at her.
Okay, a 20 and a 23, both of which will hit. So the first one comes down and does 11 points of damage. The second one comes down and does 15 points of damage. So Ragnar, how would you like to do this?
Well, right, she's already. It's just a straight, just down the middle cleave.
Okay then. She's on her knees already. Ragnar runs up. He swings his axe once. She kind of vaguely blocks a bit of it with her bow. Shatters the bow. Ragnar brings his axe down a second time, this time vertically, and he splits her in half like a wishbone. The two halves of her body slump in opposite directions.
Just like Cool did with that badger.
Just,
Split it in half.
it was Gruff who...
Gruff,
yeah,
sorry.
to be fair, it was the griffin that fucked a badger to death. As she collapses onto the ground, so too do all of the various animals. Almost, it just looks like relief. You can hear the badger mutter as it dies, "Call me." As the animals all collapse down onto the ground, they appear to all be now once and truly dead.
That badger is fucking filth.
And we will end the initiative at that point.
Ragnar's just going to walk away from the body like bounty hunters.
Guys, we didn't kill the swamp witch, did we?
Fucking hope not.
This isn't a swamp. This is like a forest.
I just thought I'd pose a
You
question.
did say forest, and I did say we could have interrogated it at this point.
He's going to say it loudly enough for Ragnar to understand.
You helped kill the Ents.
That's true.
You had the opportunity to try and negotiate mid-book combat.
I really feel like actually you guys helped me kill the Ents because I did a lot of the work. No, I'm kidding. But I'm just gonna be like, Crib, not Crib. Can you hear us at all? Don't know if they can or not.
Oh,
You can try, certainly, yeah.
So I'm just gonna do see if I can call them.
Mm-hmm. You hear nothing.
Okay. Wow. I'm out of ideas now. Can I search her body?
Okay, certainly. Court. As you run over to her body to give it a bit of a loot, give me an investigation roll, please.
Yep. Oh, can I also unjam the gun whilst this is going on?
Yeah, certainly. You take the time to unjam the gun and have a quick loot around on her body. With a 16 in investigation, as you're kind of shuffling around, you pick up another handful of the petals, and you just whatever, moving on. And then as you reach in, you notice that there's in the middle of her basket of petals, in the center there appears to be a small wooden symbol. And as you kind of pick it up, some beetle legs sprout out of it, and it scurries up your shoulder very quickly. And it kind of moves around your head a bit, and then it plonks itself down on the top of your head. You now have a little lump for a wooden beetle on your head.
It's on my hat.
It is under your hat, if anything.
Under my hat.
Under your hat. Now you don't really feel any different. Nothing seems to have changed. Can you make a perception roll for me, please?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Everything seems completely fine.
I would like to use my last luck of the sea.
You're using your luck of the sea for this. Okay, certainly. Roll it again then.
Perception, wasn't it?
Yep.
Like 17s, apparently. Jesus.
Yeah, you're very fond of 17s. All right then. Well, with that perception, you notice, and it's an unusual thing to describe, but you can kind of hear. You can hear something talking, and it sounds like it's coming from the top of your head, but also not.
Huh. It's
very, very faint, and you can just kind of pick up somebody saying, "Oh, gotta get more, gotta get more, gotta get more, gotta get more." And they don't really know what it is.
Interesting. Can I?
Mhm.
This might be a silly thing to try, but
Yep.
I'm gonna try it. Can I use my psychic whispers to whisper, try and whisper to the beetle?
You certainly can try, yeah.
I suppose if it doesn't, it may not work, but you know.
Well, I can tell you right now that the beetle doesn't speak any languages.
Okay, well then.
So you can still kind of it's just at the back of your head. It just sounds like, somebody having a conversation in the next room,
Yeah.
It's very, very quiet, very, very faint. Can't quite make out what it is.
Okay, well. Is the beetle embedded in my head at all, or is it just on my head?
It appears to have settled on your head. You reckon you could pull it off?
I'm gonna put him off and examine it.
Mhm.
Okay.
You can make an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Or perhaps get assistance from somebody in the party with Identify or one of those spells.
Anybody got Identify?
Nope.
Do you not?
I've got it.
You don't. You're a barbarian. You can't spell Identify.
I was going to say I can't spell, let alone cast spells.
I can work out if it's magic. But
Oh shit! Yeah.
that's about it.
All right then. So Ragnar, yes, you're able to come over and you briefly concentrate. You feel one of your eyes pops out of your skull a little bit as you activate your strange magical abilities. You are indeed able to identify that the beetle is magic. And you can also tell, so you learn which school of magic it belongs to. As I quickly go and look up the D&D schools of magic, because I can never fucking remember them, and I've got to check this one in particular.
I'm calling conjuration.
It is divination,
Oh.
which I'm going to say is a pleasant blue.
I'm thinky magic.
Interesting. I'm gonna put it back underneath my hat.
I'm just gonna try and blam it.
Just on his head.
Yeah.
You're going to try and William Tell it, are you?
Yeah, just.
Can I search the end?
Can I step out of the way?
Gonna make the attempt to dodge this.
Okay, let's go through this in order of what I want to deal with. So first of all, Sam, you're going to search the Ents. I mean, as you search around, there's obviously these Ents are, they're made of magical wood. One of them is burnt beyond kind of any usability, but the other one, only its head has exploded. So there's good bits of wood here. You figure that this is probably worth something. But beyond that, not really much that you're able to find.
I take a few lengths of wood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can have a few lengths of ironwood. Yes.
I'm wondering about a new handle for my scythe.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll take a few, if I can find them, 8 foot length kind of poles.
Okay, I'll say you're able to find, let's say 3 good length poles from the tree ents that you're confident are from the tree ent, definitely.
We're calling them
Under that
high
kind of
pine wood,
length.
you say?
Yeah, we'll call it ironwood.
How much are they weigh roughly each?
Because I don't really know on the weight thing, I'm going to say 6.
Okay.
I have no fucking clue.
Pounds of weight.
Indeed. Alright, as you're kind of searching about amongst all the ruins, caught upon putting the beetle back on your head, you're still hearing this kind of strange whispering around the back of your head. Now, is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I'd like to avoid whatever attack fucking Salem tries to.
Yeah,
Blam
Salem,
it.
are you
Oh,
trying
right.
to blam it off of his head?
Yeah.
Please make an attack roll.
Hang on, look, need my blam.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I don't have a.
Unfortunately,
this
Dan,
one,
this
man.
would be a surprise roll. Which would make it a 29 to hit, Dan.
I mean, that will hit.
Will hit. With a sudden snap of ice, your hat is knocked off of your head and onto the ground, and the beetle along with it. You notice almost immediately that whatever has hit you on the head and knocked off your hat was in the shape of a cat's paw.
Yeah.
You have a pretty good idea where it came from.
Cool. Do I take that damage?
You don't take the damage because he was just trying to knock it off your head. If you'd have missed, you've been at more risk.
I can just destroy Dan's hat.
I mean,
It
it's
was
a
the
lot of
beetle.
the hat is damaged, but he was going for the beetle, and the beetle has been knocked
I'm-
off your head.
Gonna
No,
pick up the beetle and put it back on my head,
Don't
Yeah.
put the beetle on your head.
and I am gonna draw my fucking gun, and I am gonna turn around and look dead at Salem,
I was
Where is
like, okay, before we get too crazy here, let's get some information.
and I'm gonna push the gun into Salem's box, and just against whichever the cutest cat is, and I'm gonna whisper it into the box. If you do that again, I will kill all of you. And then
Okay.
I'll spin the gun and sheath it.
I'll fucking summon the devil. Don't make me summon the devil.
Man,
not
Tom
afraid.
is a kid with one trick, and it is summoning Satan, and he uses it he threatens it constantly.
It's Salem's equivalent of I'm going to tell my dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
It is, yeah. It really is. All right. While this is going on, Jean, you're going to cast Speak with Dead on the
Petal
corpse
lady.
of
Yeah.
the Petal Lady. Yes, indeed. Now let's have a look. So, the corpse must still have a mouth. It does still have a mouth. It can't be undead. It is not undead. It has not been cast on it in the past 10 days because it's only just died. You can ask up to 5 questions. So, as you kind of cast the spell, at this point, the head is barely attached to the rest of the body. It's only attached to half of it at best. And the head kind of gasps, and its eyes open, and it turns and looks at you. You have 5 questions.
Hello, dear. What is your name?
And she kind of looks around, works out what's going on with her. She seems to sigh and say, "Peace, Bloom."
What are you doing here, Peace Bloom?
She again kind of, "I was waiting for you." Man with the hat told me you'd be here, so, you know.
Who's this man with a hat?
I don't know, I never got his name. He was friendly. Seemed nice. Helped me find you guys.
Could he turn into a dove?
I never saw him turn into a dove. I don't think he could do that. I feel like he'd have done that if he could. He ended up walking off north.
Fair enough. And finally,
You have 1 question left, yep.
what's the charming little beetle thing that's on my friend's head?
She kind of glances over at Court. Where the fuck is Court gone?
Oh,
He might be under
I
the
think
squirrel.
I'm probably
No,
under the squirrel.
He's probably under us. I mean, yeah, Court is about the same size as the average squirrel. She glances over and she looks back at you and goes, "It's how I communicated with my forest friends. Oh, sweet release of death." As the head dies again.
Well, there we go. There's at least some answers. You're not done yet, old girl. And then I'll just cast Animate Dead on her.
Jesus Christ.
Just like squish her back together a little bit, and then she's good to go.
Okay. Yep, so you choosing a zombie or a skeleton?
I think it'll be a zombie in this case. Makes most sense.
Yep, okay, so I'm just checking. Does the zombie have any memory of who or what it was?
It doesn't say so.
I don't think it does. Alright, well, you now have a very brightly coloured and cheerful looking zombie. Blended. Yep, there she is. And that's made from Peace Bloom.
All right. Finally, in marketing.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I don't know. The name's kind of suggesting to me that maybe she wasn't a bounty hunter. But not to Ragnar, just to me, personally.
Can I send Gruff above to take a look round?
Yeah, certainly. You can you send
above on our dirty.
Yeah, as you send Gruff up above, he's kind of able to have a look around. He reports down to you that the kind of the forest clearing that you're standing in is actually quite rapidly shrinking. It looks like the whatever magic has imbued these kind of trees and this grass is now fading with the death of Peace Bloom.
Oh no! Of
I don't know what it's about, Dan. This is what we do.
I'm just thinking it's going to affect climate change. You know.
As far as we know, this world is doing just fine. So, can we take a long rest?
Well, at this point, yeah, you could camp here if you wanted to.
I mean, there's a nice
going.
trees over there, so.
Yeah, you've already kind of got half of a bonfire going, and a lot more of a bonfire going with some of the trees. But yeah, you could certainly establish and
Cole's gonna
set up a
set
little
about
camp here.
outwarding what he can from the dead forest animal to make up a stew.
I mean, yeah, from some of the bodies, there's probably good bits of meat. Wouldn't touch the badger personally.
Eat yourself.
God. Okay. Learning new things about Call all the time. Right, as you guys kind of set about establishing a camp, we'll kind of jump ahead a bit. So you've got yourself kind of a nice little established camp, and you're getting ready to spend the night here. Is that your plan?
Yeah.
Okay, who's going to be on watch first then, while other people are starting to get some rest?
I don't mind being on watch first.
Yeah, Ragnar can do it. His perception's terrible, but he won't tell anyone that.
Okay, I'll let Ragnar go first then.
Okay then, Ragnar, while everybody else is setting up on a camp, you are on watch. Standing on, I honestly, I just imagine Ragnar confidently standing on the pathway, holding his axe, staring down the pathway, completely zoned out. Make a perception check for me, please.
You were not wrong.
Wow.
I genuinely was like, do I give him advantage or disadvantage? Nah, we'll let him straight roll it. And Ragnar, you stand watch for your entire shift, and a bit longer because you forgot what you were supposed to be doing, which is sleeping. Absolutely nothing seems to happen, so you need to wake up the person who will take second watch. We'll say there are 4 watches.
I forgot to say Gene doesn't sleep, so he can just sort of chill.
Would you like to add a perception roll to Ragnar's then, or are you?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like absent-mindedly.
Okay. Let me check something very quickly.
No. The trends are coming for us.
Okay,
It turns out there's a whole caravan of people rolling into camp that Ragnar didn't notice.
You don't seem to notice anything, so Ragnar is going to go and get his sleep. And who's going to take over next?
I can take over next.
Okay, roll me perception. And Gene, I guess you're joining in, so you're welcome to make a roll as well.
Get bored.
Court unfortunately stood in the tall grass, so he's a bit limited. Okay, you don't notice anything. Everything seems fine. Court, you're able to go to bed, and got another person.
Yeah.
Go on then, roll me perception, please. Okay, and with a 17 as well from. Okay. Everything's fine. Yeah, nothing bad. Who's getting the last shift then?
Can I elbow drip someone to wake them up?
Sure.
I guess I'll do it.
You get an elbow
You-
drip.
Elbow drip call. Alright, cool. You're up for the last perception check with Gene joining in. I just imagine Gene at night is just like, I don't know, bouncing a ball off of his own head or something out of boredom. Like, oh
Just
my god.
mindedly reading.
Why do I befriend the living? Okay. Alright then. You're all able to take a long rest successfully. Nothing seems to have happened.
Nice.
I'm going to clear off some of these corpses.
And by pressing the long rest button, everything was good.
Indeed. You have
Although to be fair, actually, my utility things are becoming the thing that I need to like manually have to reset, and I'm using so many of them.
You can set them to reset on long and short rests.
Really?
Yeah, there's an option. I think with the cog, you can choose what they reset on.
If you go on to each resource bit,
Got it.
Yeah. There you go.
It's awesome.
Yeah, very well done. All right, so you guys have successfully had a long rest. You're fully rejuvenated, and you're ready to keep journeying on your path. Through scouting from Gruff the Griffin, you know that the swamp is. You're getting close now, to the point where he's pretty certain he could see it on the horizon. Maybe a day or two's journey away. As you guys get ready to move on, though, you actually notice. Ignore that. That's I actually don't know what that is. That's something left over on the map that Dom hasn't spotted and doesn't exist as I cross it out hurriedly.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
noticed that.
Doesn't exist.
I noticed that really early on, and I assumed it was gonna come up later, but
No, that's not. That's genuinely. I'm not even doing a bit. I don't know what the fuck that is. As you guys get ready to move on down the path, you actually notice somebody has stood in the middle of the path, wandering towards you. He also appears to be playing a guitar. And can all of you make me a wisdom saving throw? And everybody apart from Gene and Salem has disadvantage.
Everyone within 10 feet of me gets +4.
It's not going to save me, I don't think.
Shit.
Oh shit, I fucking closed it. There it is. Okay.
All right.
So, now Gene, you have a flat roll. So that's good. Salem, you're also a flat roll. Nugget, you have just colossally failed. So that means, oh Christ, okay, yes, Dan. So Salem has a 15. Gene has a.
never mind.
Okay then, as I just sort one last thing out. Okay, so
I don't think
What was? Wait, one sec. Was
Yeah.
this a spell?
yes. You have advantage on saving throws against spells while you wear this cloak. Excellent. So that makes yours a
Richard, you haven't rolled that.
a
Save.
20.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have- I
Richard.
got a 1.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Oh,
You
yes.
did. Okay, so I'm going to go down logically. So Ragnar, you fail. Gene, you pass. Salem, you've got a 12 plus
3.
12 plus 3. That is unfortunately a fail.
I fucking pass.
Paul, you have disadvantage. So you fail. Let me check. Hang on. Do you have disadvantage?
Why do I get disadvantage?
Yes, you do. You have disadvantage, so you fail. Court, you have a 3, but then you re-rolled with luck of the sea. You got a 10, but you have disadvantage, so it's a 2.
Oh, really? Oh, I missed that. I just...
Why have I got disadvantage? I'm so
Oh
bad.
well, we'll come to that. Nugget, you failed. I feel quite confident in saying that. So I think everybody has failed apart from Gene.
Oh, thank God.
Okay then. So everybody apart from Gene, you feel your eyes get really heavy. You've just gotten up, and you just I could just have a quick little sleep, just a really quick one. Gene, you have no idea what these guys are complaining about.
Oh, I get this.
You notice as rapidly all of them start to pass out and kind of just sit down against a tree and I'll have a little sleep, until it is just you stood there and the stranger down the road, who suddenly comes strolling towards you, and you notice almost immediately. We're going to leave people on their vague positions. I like those positions. But you notice almost immediately that it's Honest Joe. He's playing his guitar and maintaining eye contact with you, as he then just smiles and says, "Well, you know, I wouldn't be a very good bounty hunter if I was always honest. As this is not Honest Joe, I'm afraid it is Filthy, Dirty, Rotten Liar Joe." And everybody apart from Gene has been put to sleep, because those of you who used his inspiration had disadvantage on this save.
Wait, I haven't used his inspiration yet.
Let me check the list.
He's going to. He didn't because he misread the thing.
I've only used my Luck of the Sea.
You used it last session.
Did I?
Yep.
Ah.
I kept diligent notes of who used it.
I apologise.
No, that's quite alright. Yeah.
In my defence, I would have known if Richard was up to date with the recordings, but alas.
Classic Richard.
Earplugs.
There a better sleep symbol than this one? There probably is, isn't there? I'm going to keep using it though because I've started using it. Yes, so everybody is asleep apart from you, Gene.
What about Salad Creek?
I'm saying Salad Cream's also asleep. Actually, I'll make him roll his wisdom save.
I'm quite happy going to sleep.
He's having his little nap. Yes.
Yeah, I understand that.
This might be hard to tell, but do I get the impression that this is an effect that he is having to keep up with his playing?
It looks like his playing has definitely sent them to sleep, but now it just looks like he's just playing and maintaining eye contact with you. He appears to be trying to get you to fall asleep as well, and slightly concerned that it's not really working on you. A, you don't sleep, and B, you pass the wisdom saving throw, so you're not being magically forced to sleep. And that is where we're going to end the session for now, I think.
Okay.
GG.
Indeed. Very well done, guys. You defeated Peace Bloom, and you never got to see what those animals were going to do, which is possibly for the best.
Yeah. That'll be nice.
Yeah, originally she was going to introduce herself as Peace Bloom, but because of Ed, I decided not to do that. Because the thing I had planned, this is a bit of a glimpse behind the curtain. I may revive this mechanic at some point, or I may not, and you'll just be paranoid. But essentially, if those animals were left alive for a whole turn, they were going to run at people and explode. And then she was going to say, "It's not Peace Bloom, it's Peace Boom!" This whole thing.
Oh, brilliant.
But instead, you just violently murdered them again and again and again. Oh dear.
Yeah. So, are you already regretting the fireball?
No, I stand by it as a choice because fire is the damage type with the most resistances to.
Yeah.
That's
But
why it's so
the
strong.
first enemy you sent us against.
Yeah.
was-
I wanted to show off how powerful the firebox is. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I put you against tree ents, and then
Yeah.
literally, Richard, there are like 4 trees here that are marked as tree ents, and you walked up to the first one you could, and were like, I'm hitting it with my axe. Like, didn't even begin to account for the fact that you guys might decide to be impromptu lumberjacks.
Yeah.
Well, it was more just to see what she did, and what she did was shout at us. So
What she did was exactly what I feel like you were expecting she was going to do.
I mean, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Ragnar's not
dear.
that great an RP character, so triggering
That's very
combat
good.
is what I do.
You just walk in, you're like, this is looking a lot like dialogue is happening. I'd better cause some violence. Oh,
What's the
geez.
best conversation starter? Instant and hyper-aggressive violence.
Oh dear, but very well done, guys. Very well done. You've defeated your second bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, now you've got filthy, dirty, rotten liar Joe to deal with.
I never did trust him.
you used his inspiration.
Did.
Yeah. Although in character, do we actually know that Peace Bloom was a bounty hunter?
I suppose in character, you're not entirely too sure. You didn't
She
ask
did
that
say
question.
she was going to ambush us.
She did say she was told that you guys were here, and that's why she was here. So, I mean, I feel like those of you with positive intelligence scores can figure that out. So, Ragnar, you have no idea, strange elf lady.
Yeah, I think Ragnar's now on the path of everyone he meets is a bounty hunter.
It's going to be awkward when we finally lose a character and then re-roll. Hey, nice to
New
meet you guys.
character, right? Ragnar, I would like to rage.
Oh, that's a gift. That's a horrendous gift.
Oh, Tom, that's a perfect gift for what is happening to your cat right now. That's amazing.